We're also going to talk about the businesses. We have the Manchester sidewalk sales coming up. Joining us right now, Melissa Cochran of Olive and Ives. And this is a brand new business. You've only been open a month and a few days.
Yes.
How did the name come?
Olive and Ives is a family name.
Okay.
It sounded better than Olive and Cochran.
And it's gourmet olive oil, aged balsamic vinegar.
Yes.
How do you, these stores are becoming more and more prominent.
They are.
How is that niche? I mean, you wouldn't think that selling just that product would be enough, but it seems to be. Is there that much attraction to it?
There is. People are becoming more conscious of their health and what they put in their bodies, and olive oil is very good for you. And we have over 45 different flavors of olive oils and aged balsamics. And you can come in and try everything before you buy it.
45.
Over 45.
Over
more.
45.
Yep.
What are some of the more exotic flavors?
My favorite is Bacluti green chili. That's an fused olive oil, and I like to mix that with fig balsamic.
Really? That's...
A little spicy, a little sweet.
And diffused olive oils are becoming more and more popular.
They are.
Or they really have been. It's kind of continue. The crest of the wave has stretched a few years because we continue to see these stores popping up. How do you go from being an emergency room nurse to running an olive oil store?
Well, it's really not that different. You would think so, but it's really not. I am a nurse because I care about people's health.
Mm-hmm.
I am healthy. I did a lot of research on olive oil, and I kept coming up with the same thing. Olive oil has a very high incidence for reducing strokes and heart disease. So I became in love with the products, and I wanted to not necessarily sell them, but share them with everyone. So,
are any of them locally made, or?
Well, it's kind of hard to find olive trees
Yeah, I had
in
a feeling.
Vermont,
I had a feeling.
We import them from wherever the crush is freshest. So we follow the crush wherever there's southern hemisphere and northern hemisphere. Right now we just got oils from the southern hemisphere, so we have some Australian oils and some Chilean oils that we just got in yesterday.
So they're going to be fresh. You're pulling them in based on the season. So
Right.
as it's in season in the southern hemisphere, you're flying them up.
Right. So these olive oils have not been sitting on shelves for years.
And that's important for the oil, correct?
Yes, yes. And you'll taste the difference. When you come in and try them, you'll taste it.
And what about the balsamic vinegars? It's a little strong. I mean, is that an acquired taste for people?
Well, my 6-year-old likes it.
Okay.
So, the balsamics are imported from Modena. They're aged up to 18 years. They're a nice thick balsamic, and you can taste the difference in those too.
Now we're talking about the flavors, and we're with Melissa Cochran of Olive and Ives in Manchester, Vermont. I probably think more of olive oil as, say, a dip for bread or something, but or for cooking in. But are there other uses for olive oil in cooking?
Well, you can rub it on your face. That's not really in cooking, but
Well, that's not really in cooking.
I suppose. It's good for your skin. It's good for everything. You can cook with it. A lot of times people think that you can't cook with olive oil because the smoke point is pretty high, but there are some that with a lower smoke point that you can use.
How do you find the smoke point? It's ask the purveyor? Or?
Yes, and we have on our varietals listed, and we can tell you
Oh.
which ones are better to cook with.
Oh, very cool. So what are your hours?
We are open 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
And you're at 4973 Main Street, which is in Manchester Center.
Yes.
So are you going to be involved in the sidewalk sale coming up?
We're not. We're set back a little bit in the Green Mountain
Okay.
Shop, so we're not right on Main Street. We're next to the sushi boat, which most people in Manchester are familiar with. But from the road, it's kind of hard to see us. So
Melissa, let me check in. Maybe this was asked already. Do you have a social media presence?
we do. We're on Facebook.
Okay.
Yep.
On Facebook.
Yep.
All right. Absolutely. What's the address on Facebook for folks to get involved?
It's just Olive and Ives.
Perfect. Perfect.
And you have a
Sounds like a
website.
good place.
Excuse me, Rob. Website's oliveandives.com.
Yes, it's
And-
in the process.
Well, it's a
We're
new
working on
business,
it.
it excites us, and we're seeing it more and more down where we're from in Connecticut, and to see it up here, new businesses starting up, and it is a sign that maybe the economy is getting there, that these new businesses can sustain. And we wish you luck in this, because we're all fans of olive oil and food.
And I think it also speaks to something we talked about in some of the early parts of the week, where Manchester's really trying to be more of a mom-and-pop presence again, Melissa. Do you sense that?
Yes, a lot of people have come in and said, oh, we're so happy there's smaller stores here.
Because it really had become a big outlet town for a long time, and the outlets are still very prevalent, but there is that more smaller, personalized presence again, which is a good thing, and a store like yours with a niche presence, that really is a great thing.
Right, I agree.
No, it's very promising.
So, Melissa Cochran of Olive and Ives, good luck. Hopefully we'll see you next time we're
thank
back
you.
up here.
Thanks for having me.
joining us on an extended Yankee Fisherman from the Orvis flagship retail store in Manchester, Vermont. We're going to step out, be right back, and continue to talk about Manchester, talk about fishing, talk about business, and just really enjoy the beauty that's around us up here in Vermont. You're listening to and watching Yankee Fisherman on HANradio.com, streaming live on the HAN network.